Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to tonight's episode of Talking Point. I'm your host, Syed Neaz Ahmed. Today in our studios, we have a very distinguished guest, Dr. Abijit Ganguly. He is a management consultant, a corporate trainer, and an entrepreneur. He heads the MBA programs at Staffordshire University and the University of Coventry. Welcome to the show, Dr. Abijit. How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you very much, first of all, Mr. Neaz, and it's an honor to be here. And I sincerely appreciate for giving this time and calling me over here.
Thank
and
you
for an interesting
making the
discussion.
time and all the inconvenience of traveling all the way from North London.
Yeah, thank you so much.
You started your career in somewhere in India,
Yeah.
in logistics, publishing, IT, telecom,
Yeah.
and financial services.
Yeah.
You are here in London. You are a director at Contrain Consulting UK. It's a London-based organization.
Yeah.
For the benefit of our viewers, would you tell us something about yourself and how it has started, this long journey?
Okay, so I think it's nice to introduce myself, but you have already introduced myself, so thank you very much for this. Yes, I'm an accredited management consultant. I'm basically from India, and I came to this country in the year 2009. And I'm also a corporate trainer. I'm a power speaker as well as lecturer, I say. And I educate the people, not in terms of just what is there in the book, but in terms of making them a competent professionals so that they can face the world in their respective areas.
So you fall back on your experience?
I fall back on my experience. I leverage on whatever I have learned in corporates. I got a 25 years of career in corporate. I worked in the MNCs.
You don't look it.
Maybe I'm beating my age, maybe. Okay. So maybe people think that I'm too young to handle the positions. Okay. So that's the kind of thing. But what happens is that has given me enough strength when I came to London and when I started my career initially in teaching management subjects. I always got by God's grace, I always got the preference of many students, and they have liked my lectures, they have liked my teaching. I always used to say that more than a teaching, I do coaching down there.
Right. So since the beginning, you have been attached with these two universities, Staffordshire and Coventry?
Initially, I was with the Coventry University at British Institute of Technology and E-commerce, and they were having a largest cohort in
Are these graduate, undergraduate classes, postgraduate
yeah,
classes?
I used to take postgraduate classes, MBA, over there. I used to manage MBA Innovative Management, and it was one of the biggest private college at that point in time, and then now we are managing. I'm managing the program of Staffordshire University, MBA, over there.
Well, in addition to this, you're also on the advisory board of so many well-known business schools in India, isn't it?
Yeah. So many A and A plus category business schools in India. I got a huge friends circle over there, and we do exchange our informations, knowledge, and then it's an intellectual pursuit, I can say, in a very short time.
Right. See, you have experience in training and development in industry, monitoring of managers and leaders of large and mid-sized startup organizations. How do you manage all this teaching, consultancy, training and all that? I mean,
yeah, it's a very interesting question. Thank you for asking this, because I think many times that the model what works in the B schools, normally in the B school on a global basis, is consulting, teaching, and training.
Right.
Okay, so teaching becomes a learning ground for or taking a lot of new ideas, updating your knowledge and carrying it forward to the consulting field.
Right.
And then you are always updated with what's happening in and around that particular area of your expertise.
Right.
And that helps you to go there. And then teaching also help you to leverage the strength of a lot of infrastructure, facilities, and the connections you built around the world. And that helps you also to do the networking, apart from the building your knowledge and expertise in this.
Right.
And training is a fallout of that particular thing, because when you are doing a teaching, you are, and if you are an effective teacher, you become an effective trainer as well. Because I believe that the teaching is not just speaking from PowerPoint slides. Teaching is relating the philosophy and the subjects with what's happening around the world, and how you can make interesting to the people where the real learning takes place.
We will just take a slight exit out of the main thing that we're talking about. See, over the years, I have seen, and you have probably seen too, that our professors we used to see, they were like fountains of knowledge, you see. But now the attitude has changed. And we look at some of the professors as just the managers of knowledge. And the way they share it with their students, rather than just, waiting for the questions to be asked, and then they will give out the answers.
Yeah, I think again an interesting question. The thing is this, that yes, the transition has happened quite a lot even in the teaching industry or teaching fraternity. The previously teaching was only, was a kind of a thing what you are describing. Okay, but now what has happened is, if you are talking about the effective teaching or effective learning, if you want to, or create an effective engagement in the learning, then you need to take students as equals, partner for intellectual pursuit and the disseminations of knowledge and all those kind of stuff. So they become a partner for your stakeholder in the process. And once you take that approach, then the responsibility gets shared. And when you have the shared responsibility, then the ownership is also coming in. So partly students bring their things into the class, and the teacher also takes something into the class. And together they create a collaborative atmosphere for an effective learning.
Right. Have our academics and trainers back home caught up with these ideas? The new idea of sharing rather than being the fountain of knowledge?
Yeah, I think there is no point to be a knowledge encyclopedia nowadays, because with thanks to Google, thanks to so many internet search engine, every information is at your palm, and now the smartwatch has come, so even you can see in your wrist some of the information. So it is not that the idea of fountain of knowledge will work anymore, but what will happen is that, yes, if you can be an effective, what do we say, a coach kind of a thing, if you can make the teaching boundary a little bit more flexible and expand it and bring coaching kind of situations over there, where you build the skill, not just you disseminate the knowledge, so that especially when you are going and teaching the applied subjects like business management and all, that means you are not only focusing on knowledge parameters, but you are focusing on the skill areas, how to apply. Life, that's exactly what you said, absolutely. And that application create employability for them in the industry. So when they graduate, I always tell my students, I said the partner in progress, I always call them.
So,
it's a good term. Yes, thank you so much. So I call them that you are my partner in progress. And what happens is, when I always tell them that when you go to the street after your, I call it a honeymoon period, when they're in campus. I said that when the honeymoon period is over and you go to the street, and there you don't sell anything other than your skill, and nobody touches you unless you have the skill. So roll up your sleeve and show the people that how you know the work and how you can do it better than somebody else.
You can benefit yourself and benefit the company that you will join.
Of course, and most of the important thing is that you can differentiate yourself in an overcrowded market of so many educated mass or the people. So it's also acting as a brand, or should I say the branding point for you as a differentiator.
See, one of the things that I read about you is you're an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm not a very big entrepreneur, but certainly I got imagination and dream, because one of the things, if you go into my life trajectory, and if you see the way I have come from somewhere in Calcutta, my root where I was born, and
by the way, that's the city I was born to.
Oh, so nice. So we both are Calcuttans. So if you look at that, the journey of mine, you will see everywhere my imagination has helped me to come to this level. So this entrepreneurship is also a part of my imaginations, okay? And then I got a like-minded partner with me, and then both of us, in fact, we decided to go for a consultancy in London, and government is giving a lot of emphasis on development of SMEs, not only in UK but in all growing economy. SMEs is becoming the future growth engine.
For the benefit of our viewers, would you explain what is SME?
SMEs are small and medium enterprises, okay? And the small and medium enterprises, they are becoming the growth engine. And even if you study Bangladesh is a classical case where small and medium enterprises has given so much of growth to Bangladesh. At one point of time, Bangladesh, I remember, was struggling economically, but today Bangladesh has become a hotbed of investments. I mean, a lot of foreign direct investment.
We'll talk about Bangladesh and its economy later in the program, hopefully. But today is a very definitive day. Today is 18th of September. And one part of United Kingdom, say fortunately or unfortunately, deciding whether they want to go independent. This is a marriage of 300 years, and this marriage seems to be on the rocks. See. So with your very knowledge of finance and management and training and entrepreneurship, how do you think Scotland, it's a small country in terms of population, it's not more than 6 million, see, but it has got resources. How do you think that if it were to split away, hope not, but if it were to split away, and they're in a kind of situation to be or not to be with the United Kingdom, see, how will they manage? We don't have much time to talk about it in this segment, but whatever we can manage, and then we will continue with this discussion in the next segment. But please go ahead.
I think it's a D-Day. In fact, I will remember the day throughout my life. Okay, because I came to NTV studio in the D-Day.
So kind of you.
So D-Day is yes, it's a defining moment for all of us, in London, in UK. And it's a defining moment for a global citizen as well, because nowadays it's not that I'm a UK citizen or I'm a Scottish citizen. It's a global citizen. That kind of concept is coming in. But when this thing is coming, I think personally I feel yes, I do respect Scottish views and their tremendous contribution to UK. But at the same time, I want to see as it's my personal thinking, that they remain united with the United Kingdom, and we can see what we are seeing for last 307 years. But yes, as regards to be or not to be, or with United Kingdom or without United Kingdom, now the voting is on till 10 o'clock at night. So situations can go either way. But yes, if it is without United Kingdom, then they have a lot of things to prove what they have promised today to the voters. And they have to manage very skillfully this particular transition, because many a country, they have grown over a period of time and they have created their positions from insignificant to significant level. But that has happened primarily.
Dr. Abijit, on this point, we'll have to take a commercial break. And when we come back, we'll continue with this very interesting discussion.
Sure.
Okay?
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, viewers. We go on a commercial break, and then when we come back, we will continue with this discussion with our guest, Dr. Abijit Ganguly. Thank you.
আপনারা দেখছেন টকিং পয়েন্ট, সৌজন্যে মাহবুব এন্ড কো অ্যাকাউন্টেন্টস।